our presentation going?
No, it's a,
All right, so if you can hear me, make sure that all of you mute so that way we don't hear any background noise and we can make this pleasant for everyone. All right, let me welcome you to PAC 364. Thank you for coming. I'd like everyone here to sign in, please, and you can do that right in the chat section. Just put your name and your email so that way we can get back to you if we need to give you any more information. And that will be very helpful to us, and that way if we have other stuff that comes out, we can make sure that you get that. Now, just to add to that, this training is being set as a pack, but everything that you see here can be used in any kind of recruitment, including troop. And if you have questions, we don't want to dismiss those. So if you do have those, put those right in the chat area, and we'll make sure that in between our presentations that we address those for you. All right, so now during this time, this would be a great time for the person welcoming everyone, letting everybody know any quick information about the evening. And then from here, you would be going on to our second person. Tori?
All righty, guys. My name is Tori, and I am a den leader with PAC 64. I am a bear den leader, and I'm here to let you guys know what we do. I just want to share my screen here so I can show you guys what we do in the PAC. So one of the fun things that we do in our PAC, and I wanted to do a little presentation here to show you guys some of the fun things that if your child and your youth decides they want to join scouting and all the fun things that they can do. We have a family scouting program, so it's to engage all of the families. So whether we're virtual or if we do some in-person meetings, feel free. We can coordinate both ways with you. We got a great Pinewood Derby. The kids did an awesome job this year. We also went over we did some camping. We do 2 camping trips a year with our PAC. We also hit day camp this year. This year was a little different. We did do a virtual, but I wanted to show you some of the things that we do fun out there with day camp. We also do some scavenger hunts with the kids. This was a virtual option that we did. So there's a lot of virtual fun things that we can also do with our PAC. Obviously, community service. We did a great job. We had some kids get together and they collected some bottles. And what they did is they took the money and they bought pizza for our local EMS and fire departments. They were really grateful. Of course, we do archery and all that fun stuff. Also, we do have a Boys Life this year, and I put the link right down here at the bottom, which will also be in your information packet that we will send out to you guys later, that you can get it right online now. It's very easy access, and there's a lot of fun things and games for the kids to do. So there's a lot of stuff that we have, as it says here, the adventure awaits for you and your family. It's not just about the scouts, it's about engaging all of the families, and we do that here at this PAC. Here is our PAC calendar. Our packed out calendar is all filled with all kinds of fun things that we do. This will also be in the information packet to kind of give you a guideline for our PAC meetings every single month and when we're going to be doing them. I did want to add some fun activities over on the side here, is that we do try to plan two fall and spring camping activities for the kids, doing campouts. Obviously that sometimes we may have to do them virtual, but that's okay because we do a fun backyard virtual camp out also, so that each family can do it and we get on a Zoom call and we have a great time too. So either way, we're really kind of shooting to hoping for that we might be able to go do those camping. So one will be in October and one will be in April. We like to do a winter activity, which we like to go ice skating in December. We also have a winter carnival, which our pack absolutely loves. We get together during like January, and what they do is each den comes up with a really fun game that we can do outside. Hopefully we have snow because we have a lot of fun stuff. The kids, take food coloring, they make designs, they do a whole bunch of stuff, and each den puts up an activity for everybody else to do. February 9th, we have our Pinewood Derby, and March 13th, we do our Blue and Gold, which is a crossover dinner, and it is for our older scouts to go into troops. It's a lot of fun and really great to get the family together. And then June, we do an end of the year trip. This we do as a to be determined, because once all of our new families get on board, we like to get together and come up with some really great creative ideas. So take a look at the calendar, because as you can see, it's jam-packed, and we do a lot of things, making sure that we have a lot of activities for the kids. We also, at every pack meeting, we put out a newsletter. Our newsletter will give you all the updated information. We will have our Cub Scouts that are advancing that month, any plans for the pack going forward, parent opportunities, because we can always use some great volunteers, and being able to let you know which ones we need. We do give a little bit of a treasures report, so you guys can kind of see where we're at. Any den news, any of the den leaders will let you know what's coming on, what will we be doing, what if they're going to be needing anything special for the following month. And also we have your pack leaders, so that you can always have contact with any one of us if you have any questions. And lastly, we'd like to also give you guys a copy of our pack budget. This is where, you can kind of see in our finances, it's an open thing. We want our parents to know where the money's going, the fees. We want to make sure that you guys know that when you're investing in scouting, you're investing in the program with our kids, and making sure that we can give them the best program that we possibly can. So now I'm going to send it over to Erica and Rihanna, and they're going to tell you more how you can register your scout.
Okay, so the first couple of stations, Tori was station number 2, tells you all about the pack, all of that kind of stuff. Stations 3 and 4, they can kind of be combined in the virtual world. So at this station, this is where you would go over the registration fees with the parent or guardian, and if there's any pack or troop dues, you would explain those at this station. You could have a flyer. You can see there's we have like a mock-up flyer over here on the side, where you could give this out to your parents, that shows the registration. Obviously the numbers aren't what the fees actually are. Again, this is just an example, but you can show them the yearly registration fees, what your pack dues are. If you have, if you do a Class B shirt or anything like that, you can see, have it all laid out for your parents there so that they can see it. And you could give that example right to them. And then you would also, at this station, they would fill out the application and the payment, which everything can be done right online. So I'm going to hand it over to Rihanna to go over the next slide here.
Yeah, so this is where you guys would kind of break down that fee that's involved. And so as you can see here, I have this chart that shows the different fees associated with joining Scouts. This is only the BSA youth pricing, so this isn't the adult pricing. So you could kind of explain to them, all right, so the fees involved include the BSA youth registration, so this is the national fee, as well as if they want to pay for Boys Life or not. And then we also have a council fee, and then the new member joining fee. So in total, with Boys Life, they would be responsible to pay $60 if they were joining in September, or $56 if they were joining in September without Boys Life.
This is the QR code. So now as a unit leader, the unit leaders, you can go into your my.scouting and you can get this QR code. So this QR code would be good at this station. That flyer that I showed previously, if you have that flyer, you can have this QR code printed right on that flyer on the back side or even on the front of the flyer. And then your parents, when they come through, they can just take their phone, take a photo of the QR code, or if you're doing like a drive-through, or you're doing this process in a drive-through setting, they can get the flyer from you, take a photo of that QR code, and fill out the application for their Scout right on their smartphone, or if they brought an iPad or some sort of tablet, they can fill that out right there, and they can do the payment right there. So you're not collecting cash, you're not collecting a check. They make that payment right on their phone with their debit or credit card. And then that application goes through to your leaders, and the Cub Master, Scout Master, and the committee chair then just has to go into My.Scouting, accept those applications, accept those Scouts into your unit, and that's it. They're automatically on your roster. So there's no need to send a paper application to council for processing, money, or anything like that. You don't have to handle any of it. It's all done right on the computer or on their smartphones. And we just want to make sure that you're aware that it's only for the national fee and the council program and insurance fee. Any PAC dues or troop dues that you might collect do not get taken during that online process. So that's something you want to make sure that the family's aware of, and that payment has to come separate to the unit. And this is where then you would also, if they have any questions about filling out the application or what needs to be filled out, you can go over that with them as they come up as well.
So the QR code is a great resource to use because it makes it so simple to just scan it and then have the adults fill out the application. So to find this QR code, you're going to go to your my.scouting.org account, and I believe you have to do this as a member of the PAC or Troop Key 3, so that being your charter rep, your Cub or Scout Master, and your committee chair. So what you would do is you would go into your My.Scouting account. Up in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see the menu drop down. So you're going to click on menu. You're going to select your unit, and then you're going to hit Invitation Manager. And so once you get to Invitation Manager, you're going to scroll down, and as you can see, your QR code will be displayed right there. And then you can download it, so you can put it on flyers or anything like that.
And there's also, if you see right next to the QR code, there's the URL link. So that QR code, they can either have a QR app on their phone, or they just take a picture of it. With my iPhone, I took a screenshot I took a photo of the QR code, and then it automatically brings up the option to open it in your web browser to start that application process. And then there's also a link, a URL link that you can copy and paste that goes specifically to your unit, and it brings them right to that online application. And that's it for station 3 and 4. And then we're going to send you over.
We have a quick question though before you continue from, let's see here. Oh, okay. So Drew was answering it. Basically the question, so that way, just in case any of you don't see it, the question is, this only enrolls them through 12/31, and we are again trying to collect for local fees for the PAC, and also then collecting for the recharter in November. And the answer is that is correct. The online application only collects for the remaining part of the year. From there, the family would have to renew for the year.
Stacey,
And Marcella, we are going to share this after we're done recording this, so you will be able to see this. And the next question is it possible to enroll straight through 12/31/2021?
I mean, I would think that it's not, because those charters aren't done yet. And it doesn't, I mean, as far as doing the application, I don't think it allows that on the system at this point.
I also think that would make it a much larger number, much larger amount to pay than just paying through September to December. So it might be a little more enticing if they have to pay a little less upfront.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to, the unit, like, Stacey, going to have to collect for the, for the charter soon after they enroll. But yeah, it's not on the online system. It's not possible at this point to do that.
And Marcella, and I'll throw this out there for anybody else too, if you let us know in the chat, if you think that this would be a very good, useful template, we can put this together and send it out to the units so you guys can use this as a template to be able to insert your own information and kind of use it as a guide to be able to set up your own virtual training nights. So please feel free. I mean, let us know in the chat or give us a thumbs up. We would be glad to be able to put that together for you so that you guys can make sure that you have it and use it as a guide so that you can insert your own information on.
And then Stephen, if you want to go ahead.
Sure. The last stage, I guess, is just having someone, either a Cub Master or some den leaders, available to take questions from the families. Whether you do that through the chat, whether you open it up and let people ask questions directly, is totally up to you. As far as that goes, we are offering the free rockets again this year for any new Cub Scouts that join, or I'll even open it up to Scouts BSA that join. And so, and then we'll be getting those to you with engines, and we do have rocket launchers available that can be checked out from the council office. We have enough for multiple roller launchers for each district to be checked out at the same time. And so just because we can't do those big gatherings, last year our rocket launch day had 400 people at it during the course of the day. So we definitely can't do a 400 person gathering this year. So kind of asking you as a unit to go ahead and set up your own rocket launch for your scouts. But if you need some extra rockets for scouts that are already in, we can go ahead and make that happen for you guys as well. And then at the same time, I would kind of advertise when your first meetings are going to be, whether it's a den meeting or a pack meeting. And this is the final stage, so that's kind of where it wraps up. We can go pause here, take some questions real quick, if you want to throw those into the chat. And then we'll get to the second stage of the presentation.
Now, Stephen, do you have access to be able to click to go to the next one as a co-host? Or do you need me to do it?
Doesn't look like it. I think you're gonna have to do it.
Okay. Just let me know when you're ready to click. I don't want to go too fast.
Go ahead. You should be able to tell when I stop talking about the slides. So
Got it.
and go to the next one. So objectives for the campaign, just really quickly. We'd like to see if we can hold our recruitment nights by Saturday, October 31st. I know that some of our schools are starting later this year. Some of them really aren't kicking off until September 14th or 15th. And so that's kind of a suggested date. It's not a hard, fast date. So if you're looking at doing some recruitment into November, that's perfectly all right. Each new scout receives a free rocket. Looking at flooding the media market with consistent messaging. Ensure that youth and families are recruited into programs with trained leaders, of course. And as always, our field staff will be contacting the different schools here in the coming weeks and just trying to see if there's different ways that we can advertise for your packs. There are some new Scout Talk videos that Nationals has put out that we can modify so that we can put your pack contact information on there. And so one of the things we're working on is trying to get these, get the schools to send those out to all of their school families, and looking to do the same thing with the e-flyers as well. Go ahead.
Stephen, you got two questions if you want to take them real quick in the
Sure.
chat there. One, how will the units obtain the rockets?
You can go ahead and contact your district executive and we'll make arrangements to get the rockets to you.
And the other one, I don't know if you want to take this now or maybe do it at the end with the Q&A. It's regarding preliminary meetings for units in the COVID environment and not having more than 50 people. What are the plans? What kind of ideas, suggestions do we have in order to
Let's
help
go ahead
units
and
who are
take that
larger?
one at the end. Key components of the plan, we would just want to make the plan as simple as possible, which is why we're doing this instead of last year we did tables and stations. This year it's more presenter based, but still trying to make the sign up process as simple as possible for parents. One of the other key items that I think we'll touch on a little bit later is the option of doing a drive-through joining night, where you're in a parking lot and then you have people drive from station to station and they're getting the same information that way. And then you have a big part of the parking lot set aside for helping families fill out the either online applications or paper applications. Go ahead, Tori. Part of our plan is to making sure everyone's engaged, volunteers. Keep in mind that in order to grow our units, we need to have volunteers that are helping out with the joining night. Balanced marketing approach. We've kind of talked about that already. There are some other options. Council's looking at helping out with some units and helping them do some geofencing and some other options as well. So go ahead. This is kind of the timeline. During the summer, an ideal situation, we would have been doing PAC assessments and those things. I know that our field staffs have been contacting units, trying to see if it's possible to get an invite to your planning night, and just kind of so we can help you design a membership and recruitment plan that works for your PAC. We do have yard signs. There's a possibility for e-cars, geofencing, e-flyers, all those things. The sign-up night is kind of, we just showed you an example of that, and that's kind of how those steps work there. Parent orientation should happen shortly after the sign-up night. This is a good chance for new parents to ask specific questions about how the program will work. And then trying to do follow-up with those families that don't sign up right away. We still want to try to give them a chance to join the scouting program. Go ahead. Heroes Start Here promotion. This year we kind of decided that this is a prime time for us to get to start a promotion about heroes and how most of our heroes, our hometown heroes that we're seeing through the pandemic, started somewhere, and we believe that the Cub Scout program is the ideal program in order to in order for that to happen. Promotion launches in September. Like I said, we'll be contacting each of you guys, each of your units directly, seeing how we can help with the planning. That goes for troops as well as PACs. We have other training sessions as well as this one. There's also a membership information night that we're hosting on September 3rd. It's on the council calendar. Feel free to sign up for that as well. Go ahead. Council support. These are all the things that we have available for you guys. We have flyers can be made. We do have yard signs. We have a limited amount. I have a very small amount of yard signs for troops, and we have a larger amount of yard signs for PACs. So definitely contact your district executive if you're interested in those yard signs. Kind of really pushing your PAC websites, social media, Facebook, Nextdoor, Instagram, for just letting the community know that's what you guys are doing with scouting. Like I mentioned before, rockets for new scouts. Rockets at cost for units to purchase for existing scouts. It's basically $2 a rocket, and that includes the engine and igniter. Then we have other support series as well.
Stephen, I know you covered it once. There's just a couple questions. Can you just recap how they can get wand signs?
Yeah, just go ahead and contact your district executive for ADK and Turning Point. That would be Erica Marion. For Mohawk, that's Tori Carmen. For Fort Orange and Yankee Doodle, that would be Rihanna Meyer. And you can go ahead and just email them or give them a call.
Then the last question there to cover is, their social media kit ready to go? Where can we get it?
Social media kit's not quite ready to go yet, but we should have it ready to go in the next couple of weeks, and we'll definitely be sending out information on that when it's ready. Was there another one I missed?
You're good.
This is the district support. Like I said, our district executives are getting ready to contact the school principals and moving forward with that on how we can get videos and e-flyers sent out to all the families in the schools. They're working to meet with each pack to set recruitment goals and just kind of set a custom plan for your unit, whether it's a Scouts BSA troop, a adventure crew, or a Cub Scout pack. We kind of want to customize each plan that fits your unit the best. Go ahead. Unit responsibilities. This is the hard part for you guys there. It's recruiting a unit membership and marketing chair, attend a training, participate in back to school events. I don't quite know how that's going to work this year, but just need to be flexible and pivot on that. Conduct a recruitment night by the end of October and conduct a parent orientation. I think sometimes we lose some families right out the gate, right after they join, because we're not giving enough information to the parents about how the program's going to work. And, you know, we're in a perfect situation this year to have scouting at home can still happen. We can still be doing outside activities. So it's, I mean, we are an organization that can do a lot of different things that other youth organizations cannot. So go ahead. Publicizing your unit. There's like newspapers. A lot of newspapers are looking for local things to have on there. I know that we had one of our Scouts BSA units use put some of the new Scout BSA videos from National onto a local community webpage, and that has gotten them some contact, some families that are interested in their program. So, I mean, I think a lot of the news are looking for real stories about real people, you know, and improving the lives of other people in their communities. So it's a great way to get us a lot of publicity for our units. Go ahead. I'm just going to go through the online sign-up night presenters really quickly. You guys have already seen them, but we'll go through them really quickly. The first person, which was Beth, would be just greeting our families, making certain that we get their contact information so we can email them our scouting brochure and kind of email them a packet. You know, we have, for you guys, we have fillable PDFs for applications, if you feel comfortable doing applications that way. We have the new parent orientation guides that you can send electronically. There's a bunch of different resources you can get from our field staff. Go ahead. This is kind of what Tori was talking about. It's what our scouts do. Pack calendars, event flyers are great. A list of pack and den leader contact information that you can send them is great as well. And kind of sharing with them the budget and being completely transparent with them on all the things that our packs do. Go ahead. This is the stuff we were talking about with just having pictures of doing outside stuff, doing family scouting, the boys' life. Tori did a great job putting those slides together that she showed you. So those are type of the things that we're talking about for that second presenter. And here you have the pack calendar. And then the newsletter, and then she should have one here for the budget. Oh, guide to uniforms.
Yeah, actually, I don't have the budget one in here, but I can make sure that goes in for them. But this was a guide to uniforms also for them.
As many of you know, the Scout stores just reopened. They are going to be doing a special on uniforms. If you buy a uniform shirt, I think you get the pants for free. There's a special they have going on September through October. So definitely, you can definitely hit the Scout store, or you can order the stuff online. The sign up is I think an ideal situation here for the sign up is to give them the QR code and have them use the online sign up. One of the things that we didn't talk about with the online sign up is when you're doing the online registration, every pack gets a chance to draft a welcome letter that goes to the families when they finish the online registration. And then that's a great spot where you can put in
There was a comment from Greg in regards to, Greg Sweet that is, in regards to those who are going to be using presentations, a resource to learn a little bit more about how to make a connection during the presentation. But no other questions other than the outstanding one from Stacy still on preliminary plans for meetings during COVID.
No, just scrolling back up to it, yeah. Yeah, I can pretty much tell you, Stacy, that all the schools that we've heard from, they are not allowing any extra meetings to happen in the school. So to start with, we would work with you to do our best to try to find you an alternate location. I know some of our larger PACs have talked about doing 2 PAC meetings a month so that they can keep within that that threshold of not having gatherings over 50 people. And some of the PACs are looking at doing virtual PAC meetings and then trying to have in-person den meetings. So those are some of the options that are out there.
I mean, I've seen where they're just doing the awards right in the dens instead of doing them as a full in front of everybody in the PAC meeting. Trying to think of some other things I've seen so far. Tori, do you have any other ideas that you've seen from other units so far? Or just things that they're doing that are within the guidelines?
You know, a lot of the units in our district, in my district, are, now that we've been in a couple planning meetings, is that, you know, some of them are doing separately. They're going to start be going outdoors using the den separately from the packs. And they're going to be setting up, you know, doing, some units are also doing welcome back boxes. Just want to throw that in there because it's actually a really great idea to retain your current scouts that you have. They're doing welcome boxes and dropping them off to some of their units. To each one of their families, and that's going to have any type of, if they got a book or anything like that, or a welcome back letter, any type of supplies, because if they're going to be doing them virtually or even social distancing, getting together, a lot of units are using parks. They're going to be going to like a local park so that they can be social distance and work outside, but they're doing it in their dens. They are going to be doing, like Erica said, awards through their den leaders and having their cub master or their committee chair stopping by to be able to present them. And then when they do their pack meeting, a lot of them are going to be going virtual because in my district, we do have a lot of packs that are very big. So they are not going to hit that 50 mark threshold. So some are dividing, doing an A week and a B week, or they will do a virtual one so that everybody can get congratulated there. They're going to do it with each den, like, hey, congratulations, little Johnny. Guys, see that you got, you know, you're digging in the past adventure loop. Like they will go through them that way, but the kids will already have them. A lot of them are basically kind of going in that direction, at least for now. And then they are working with their chartering organizations of possibly using a couple different rooms and splitting up the den meetings and having the den meetings basically kind of meeting on their own and not all together like we used to. Like one den, it might be going to a park and another den could be doing something else on a different day, just so that they cannot meet those numbers. But it's just more or less out of the box thinking. It's out of the box kind of ideas on how to keep the scouting program going forward.
A couple of other things that we have coming out for you guys. We have a brand new membership page on the website that'll be coming out here pretty soon, and we do have a leaders resources page that will be opening up for you guys. We have a lot of different resources on there. One of the things that our field staff did over the summer was they put together PowerPoint presentations for den leaders on all the required adventure loops and pins, and so we'll have that stuff for you on our website for the den leaders. So we're trying to come up with as much resources as possible to make everything as easy as possible to do in this environment. One of the things that when we had asked the troops about it, they said that having the Trail of the First Class programs that we're offering right now, and we'll probably be repeating those again this fall. So that was the main thing that troops had asked for. If you're with a troop and you have some other needs, definitely reach out to your district executive, and then we'll try to get those resources for you guys as well.
There's a question in the chat, which I think I know the answer to, but I just want to make sure that I'm correct. He asked about when new families fill out the youth application, do they have to pay at the same time, or can the units collect monies? I believe they have to pay with the credit and debit card at the time for that application.
Yeah, if you're using the online registration, they have to pay with a credit card or debit card at that time.
Right.
But we do have the fillable PDFs you guys can use if you want to do that. And we have Sandy, she's a really great registrar, and as soon as you get those applications into her, she will get them processed. I do know that that's an item that the National Council is working on, trying to get it away so that a unit can put in its fees, but they're just not there yet. And they won't be there for this fall. Any other questions? Right, something else popped up.
No, that was just me thinking Greg Sweet, because he did put out a really good thing in the chat saying that he recommends getting a hold of a copy of Presentation Zen. It contains a lot of great information about making slides that invoke an emotional connection with the audience. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for that information, Greg. Really
Yep.
appreciate you sharing that.
No, we'll definitely take a look at presentations and see how we can use that in the future. So thank you very much. Any other questions?
Another
All
question.
right.
No.
Go ahead.